We've been exploring mostly how perceptual illusions can emerge at the sensory level. But our perception of reality can be shaped at a much higher order level as well, where our expectations about what's going to occur change what we perceive. So we're going to look at some examples now of how our expectations can shape our perceptions. So for this to work, you need to choose whether or not you want to be in the A group or the B group. So take a moment to decide whether you're going to be an A person or a B person. Okay? So what's going to happen on this video is I'm going to start with those that chose to be A. All right? You're going to read something on the video, while B people are going to have their eyes closed. Don't worry, you can go back and look at this if you really want to, but for now just go along with the game. And if you're a B person, you're going to close your eyes while the A people are going to read something. Then everybody's going to have their eyes closed, and then while A keeps their eyes closed, B is going to read something. Then we're going to all take a look at a picture, and then I have some questions about that picture, and then we'll go back and we'll talk about it. So hopefully you've decided whether you're A or B. So we're going to start with the A people. So B people, close your eyes. I'll let you know when to open them. A people, go ahead and take a look at this and read it. A people, close your eyes. B people, keep your eyes closed. All right, everybody have their eyes closed. A people, keep your eyes closed. B people, open your eyes. Read this. Everybody should have their eyes closed now. So B people, close your eyes. A, keep them closed. Everybody have your eyes closed. Now open them up. Look at this picture real quick. Okay, so what did you see there? Did you see a man, a car, a ball, a woman, an animal, a fish? How might you answer these questions? Now, if we were in a room, we could see how A and B might answer these questions differently. We can't do that right now. But let's take a look at what A read. A was told that they're looking at a picture of a ballroom dance, while B was told they're looking at a picture of a trained seal act. Now, this doesn't always work perfectly, but most of the time, people who are told they're looking at a ballroom dance see a man here, perhaps holding his hat and a cane, and here's the woman, right? Here's her long ballroom dress, and they're dancing. Those of you who were told you were seeing a trained seal act might instead see a man holding a whip. Maybe he's got a fish in his hand. But more importantly, the biggest difference is you see a seal here on like a little stand who has a ball balanced on their nose. Right? Your expectation can alter your perception of reality. And for example, what's further west, Reno or San Diego? All right, some of you might not be trusting me at all right now. You pause the video to Google it real quick. I've broken your trust with everything we've done so far. I understand that. But let's just pause and think, what do you think is further west? What do you think most people would say? Well, yeah, most people can say San Diego. Why? Because it's on the west coast. It's at the ocean. It's as far west as you can go. You can't go further west. Except you can. Reno is definitely further west than San Diego because California dips under and moves to the east. Right? But people's perception of California being on the west coast, being as far on the edge as you can get, makes it so that they perceive anything along the coast of California as being the westernmost point of the United States. But that is not reality, right? Here's a fun task. I'm going to show you some words, but I don't want you to read the words. Ignore the word and just look at the color of the font. When I say go, I want you to read the color of the font for each of the words as quickly as you can. And I mean quick. Go quick, quick, quick. Let's try it. Go now. Try it even faster. Try to go faster. All right, try one more time and go as fast as you can. Okay? Do it again. My guess is that this one was a lot easier than this one. Why? Well, I'd imagine you're complaining that in this case the color matched the word, but in this case the color did not match the word. My response to you is I told you to ignore the word. Right? Why are you being so stubborn? Ignore the word. Right? Well, of course, you can't ignore the word, right? Your brain is now so hardwired in its perception that it can't separate the word from the letters. And this causes our brains to sort of fry out, reducing our ability to do what's called the Stroop task when it matches versus mismatch. All right, we're going to do some math. Okay? This isn't hard math. Just go with me on this one, okay? So let's do some math. All right, you ready? Let's go. What is 2 plus 3? Okay, got that one? What is 10 divided by 5? Got it? All right. What about 5 times 3? Okay. 11 minus 4? Okay. 4 plus 5? Good, good. 3 times 3? Great. Think of a really large number. Write it down if you can. Write down a large number. All right, I don't know what large number you wrote. Some of you might have written 100, 1,000, maybe 10,000, maybe even 1,000,000. Problem is those aren't really large numbers compared to how big large numbers can get, right? Billions, trillions, quadrillions, Googleplexes. Those are large numbers, right? Many of you might have written down 50, right? Why might so many people write down small numbers based on this slide? It's because I framed you. I primed you with small numbers. If I put a bunch of zeros after those numbers, not only would it have made the math a little more confusing, but you would have written down a bigger number. Framing effects matter. There was a really interesting study that looked exactly this. What they did is they had a bunch of judges do either low number math problems or big number math problems, and they had them read about a case where somebody was found guilty, and they were asked to give a sentence to them, saying, okay, here are the facts of the case. A jury found them guilty. How much would you sentence them to? And sure enough, what they found is that whether or not there was a high anchor or low anchor affected the number of years people were given in jail. Right? So there can be real consequences to how these framing effects work. Ultimately, the goal of this whole sort of presentation has been to help you to understand this idea of human beings as storytellers, right? That we construct our whole perception of reality, our perception of ourself, our perception of our histories, our memories, our personal identities, our values, our goals, our dreams. Everything is constructed around the story we create for ourselves and the stories that other people create for themselves. And if we are going to understand ourselves and other people, we have to understand how our brains and our minds construct those stories. And that's why psychology is ultimately the study of you, because it is a study of how these stories are constructed. Right? And my hope is by the end of this term, you will be able to better answer the simple question, what's your story?